The hidden machine. Everyday thing everyone thinks they understand, buying a cheap used car. Naive assumption, if I buy the cheapest car that still runs, I'll save the most money. The inversion, thesis: the cheapest car is often the most expensive because ownership, not the purchase price, is where the real bill begins. You're scrolling through used car listings. One catches your eye. A sedan. It runs. It looks clean. Only $3,950. Meanwhile, another similar-looking car costs $11,800. Your brain immediately says, why would anyone spend 3 times more? You imagine taking that extra $8,000. Investing it. Saving it. Using it for vacations. It feels obvious. Buy cheap. Save money. Right? Not exactly. Because the moment you buy that bargain car, a completely different machine starts running. And that's the machine almost nobody calculates. You aren't buying a car. You're buying every repair. Every breakdown. Every insurance payment. Every mile. Every lost weekend. For the next 5 years. That is the real purchase. Here's the mistake. People treat all cheap cars as identical. They aren't. There are actually 4 different types. Type 1. The depreciation winner. A reliable Toyota or Honda that's already lost most of its value. It looks old. But mechanically, still excellent. Type 2. The maintenance trap. Luxury brands like BMW, Audi, or Mercedes that have become cheap. Only because the repairs never did. Buying a luxury car for $7,000 doesn't mean maintaining it costs like a $7,000 car. It still expects luxury parts. Luxury labor. Luxury bills. Type 3. The accident survivor. Looks perfect. Drives fine. Hidden structural damage underneath. The cheapest price often hides the biggest unknown. Type 4. The financial black hole. High mileage. Poor maintenance. Unknown history. This isn't transportation. It's gambling. Everything depends on which category you actually bought. So what are you actually paying for? Not just metal. Not just wheels. You're buying thousands of moving parts. Engine. Transmission. Cooling system. Fuel system. Electronics. Suspension. Brakes. Sensors. Computer modules. Battery. Air conditioning. Every one of those systems has its own lifespan. Imagine buying a cup of coffee. Now imagine nobody tells you whether the cup is fresh or 5 days old. That's what buying a used car without understanding maintenance history feels like. You're not buying today's condition. You're buying yesterday's decisions. Let's say you buy that $4,000 car. Sounds affordable. Now add reality. Registration. Around $250. Insurance. Perhaps $1,600 per year depending on your age and location. Sales tax. Several $100s. Immediate maintenance. Oil. Filters. Fluids. Brakes. Maybe $850. New tires. Around $760. Battery. Another $210. Suddenly, your $4,000 car has quietly become a $6,300 purchase before you've even driven it for a month. The sticker price was only the entrance fee. So where does your money actually go? Let's trace one repair. Your alternator fails. You pay $920. Seems expensive. But that money gets divided. Part goes to the manufacturer. Part goes to the parts distributor. Part goes to shipping. Part goes to the repair shop. Part goes toward technician wages. Part pays rent. Utilities. Equipment. software subscriptions, taxes, insurance, environmental disposal fees. You're not paying one person. You're paying an entire ecosystem. The same thing happens every single time something breaks. That's why cheap cars can slowly drain your bank account. Not because one repair is enormous. Because dozens of small payments quietly stack together. I call this the ownership waterfall. One repair becomes 10 businesses taking a small slice. Here's what surprises most people. Car dealers don't always make the biggest profits selling cheap cars. Many make more through financing, extended warranties, service departments, maintenance, replacement parts, trade-ins. Some dealerships actually earn more from servicing vehicles over years than from the original sale itself. Think back to that cup of coffee. You thought you were buying coffee. But you're also paying for rent, payroll, utilities, marketing, and profit. Cars work exactly the same way. Ownership is the business. The sale is only the beginning. 8. Hidden risks, 6:50 to 7:30. Here's what keeps owners awake at night. 1. Transmission failure. Cost: anywhere from $3,800 to more than $7,000. 1. Blown engine. Even higher. Now imagine your car is worth only $4,500. Would you spend $6,000 repairing it? Most people won't. Now your cheap car becomes a total financial loss overnight. That risk exists every single day. Even when the car seems perfectly fine. So what's the one factor that separates a smart cheap car purchase from a disaster? Maintenance history. Not mileage. Not color. Not brand. Documentation. A car with 180,000 well-maintained miles can easily outlast one with 90,000 neglected miles. History beats appearance. Every time. Let's compare two buyers. Buyer A purchases a car for $4,000. Over 5 years. Initial repairs, $2,200. Unexpected repairs, $5,400. Extra fuel costs, $2,300. Higher downtime and rentals, $1,400. Total ownership cost, $15,300. Buyer B spends $10,500 on a more reliable vehicle. Routine maintenance, $2,100. Minor repairs, $900. Better fuel economy saves money. Fewer breakdowns. Less lost time. Total ownership cost, $13,500. The expensive car actually cost less. That's the math. Remember that first $3,950 listing? It never promised to be cheap. It only promised a low price. And those are not the same thing. Because the cheapest car is often the most expensive, ownership, not the purchase price, is where the real bill begins.